Hello students, good morning. How are you all? I hope all are in safe position in the days of Corona. Though it is a worldwide impact, severe virus called a deadly virus. In this stage, the whole country is in lockdown. So we are not physically interact with each other. That's why after the first lockdown period is over, we hope the coaching centers classes will be begun. But though the Prime Minister declared for the second time lockdown and time is very short to the June examination, I want to draw your attention towards video classes because the lockdown will end on 3rd May and hopefully we will meet on 4th May the classroom coaching. Now I am going to start the paper Law and Ethics of Intermediate and a particular chapter Company Law, from which in examination around 16 to 20 mark questions are asked in each examination. A very important chapter, and the important part of this company law is the directors. Hopefully the questions are always from directors, and you must have to know about the topic in detail. Time is very short, therefore I will talk and interact with you from the examination point of view, which is a lengthy chapter, directors. Now I am going to discuss with you without killing the much more of time. So all are to be ready now. If we, from the introduction point of view, discuss about directors, let me know what is a company. A company is an artificial person, not capable to act itself. Why artificial? Because it has no mind, body, eyes, ears, hands. Therefore, it depends upon some human agency of natural persons to act in its name. In the company form of business, ownership and management is totally separate. The members have no right to participate in the administration and management of the company. Therefore, a specialized body of persons called as directors, appointed generally by the members to control and manage the affairs of the company. The directors are generally in the pivotal position in a company. Every company to have its board of directors. As per section 149(1) of Companies Act 2013, every public company shall have a minimum number of 3 directors, and every private company shall have a minimum of 2 number of directors. Every one-person company shall have a minimum of 1 number of directors. The definition of director, if you discuss, means a director appointed in the board of a company, to the board of a company, is called as a director. And the definition of board of directors, it means the collective body of the directors of the company. The board of directors is the supreme authority having the management and control of the affairs of the company. The success of every company depends on the efficient functioning of its board of directors. Therefore, the board is called as the eyes, ears, brains, nerves, and the essential limbs of the company. The board of directors of every company shall be individuals only. Directors are not allowed to assign their office to any other person. If any of the director do such, or contravene the provision, he shall be punishable with fine, which shall be minimum of 1 lakh rupees and can extend to 5 lakh rupees. Then we will discuss about duties of directors. Section 166 of the Company Act 2013 defines the duties. A director of a company shall act according to the articles of the company. A director of a company shall act in good faith to promote the objectives of the company for the benefits of members, shareholders, employees, and the whole community. A director of a company shall exercise his duties with due reasonable care, skill, and diligence. A director of a company shall not get involved in a situation that involves conflicts with the interest of the company. A director of a company shall not achieve any undue gain or advantage either himself or to his relatives. Duty not to assign his office because it is void by law if it is assigned to any other person by a director. Then another important part of the director is DIN, Director's Identification Number. Section 152(3) and Section 153 to 159 of Companies Act dealing with DIN is a very important 3-star question for your exam, June 2020. The importance of DIN is no person shall be appointed as a director of a company unless he has been allotted the director's identification number. Every individual intending to be appointed as a director shall make an application for allotment of DIN. The application shall be made to the central government along with the prescribed fees. The central government shall allot DIN to an applicant within 1 month of receipt of application. There is a prohibition not to obtain more than 1 DIN per person. Every person on obtain the DIN shall intimate about the DIN to the company in which he is already a director. The director is also required to intimate the DIN number, the DIN, to the registrar. Every company shall intimate the DIN of all of its directors to the registrar within 15 days. Mind it, within 15 days of receipt of the DIN. If a company fails to intimate DIN to the authorities, the punishment shall be as follows. The company shall be liable to a penalty of rupees 25,000 and in case of continuing failure with further fine of rupees 100 for each day, subject to maximum of 1 lakh rupees. In addition to it, every officer of the company in default shall be liable to a penalty of not less than 25,000 and for continuing failure, further penalty of rupees 100 per day, subject to maximum of rupees 1 lakh. Every person or company shall mention the DIN in all the returns, informations and other particulars wherever it is required. It means whatever the documents, records, papers of the company, the DIN number of the DIN of director is to be mentioned. Penalty is also imposed if any individual or a director, a director of a company makes any default in complying with provisions of section 152, 155 and 156. Such individuals or a director of the company shall be liable for penalty minimum of 50,000 and where it is continued within a further penalty will be extended to 500 rupees for each day. Cancellation or surrender of DIN. The central government or regional director, North Region, Noida, or any other officer authorized by the regional director may cancel or deactivate, means deactivate the DIN in the following grounds. The grounds are where a DIN to be found duplicate, where a DIN is obtained in a fraudulent manner. As you know what is fraudulent manner? That is, fraudulent means that is with intentional mischief. or wrongful manner, but before it is to be cancelled, the director is to be being heard. Opportunity must be given to the director to being heard, the reasons thereof why the deal is to be cancelled. In case the death of the director, the deal can be cancelled. And when the director has been adjudicated as insolvent, the deed is to be cancelled. Where a director becomes convicted, as you know what is convicted, either for unsound mind declared by a competent court or any moral turpitude being involved by the director, implying moral turpitude, and it is being proved by the court of law, it is to be cancelled. Any doubt to this respect, you can have to interact me with your written comment. Disqualification of director, section 164. It is one of the important part. The following persons are disqualified to become a director. First of all, a person who is declared of unsound mind by a competent court. What is competent court? Judicial court. Judicial court which being established as per the provision of the law. Number 2, an undischarged insolvent. A person who has applied to be adjudicated as an insolvent and his application is pending in the court of law. A person who has been convicted by a court for any offence involving moral turpitude. A person against whom disqualifying order has been placed by the court or tribunal. A person who has not paid any call money on shares, holding for a period of more than 6 months. A person convicted of an offence towards dealing with third party transactions under section 188, important is 188, during the preceding 5 years. Third party transaction, a period of 5 years. A person does not obtain din, is another disqualification. Being a director without din. A student, remember, you become a director but din is not there. A person holding directorship of more than prescribed limit of companies. As you know, a person can maximum hold directorship of 20 companies. If it is more than 20, then he is disqualified. Articles of private companies may provide additional grounds of disqualifications that is purely applicable for private companies. Then we'll go for discuss vacation of Office of Directors. Section 167 of Companies Act 2013 dealing with vacation. The grounds of vacation of directors are the following. If he incurs any of his disqualifications, those are mentioned, specified in section 164. Those we have discussed recently. 164 disqualifications are all the grounds of vacation of the position of a director from his position. That is the disqualifications of a director. In addition to it, other grounds are where he remains absent from all the board meetings held in a year of 12 months. Held in a year of 12 months, financial year. If all the board meetings a director does not attend, then he have to vacate. In addition, where he fails to disclose his interest in any contract where he is directly or indirectly involved. As you know, it is the duty of the director to disclose in the board meeting his involvement towards any other companies relating to his relatives, or he has been directly or indirectly have some interest. But if he is not disclosed, he can vacate the office if it comes to the knowledge of the board. Where he becomes disqualified by an order of the competent court or a tribunal. So, tribunal or court, if disqualified a director, he can vacate. Where he is convicted by a court of any offence. So, common point, students, those are also in disqualification, maximum points in vacation. Where he is removed by any of the provisions of the Companies Act. So, by any other provisions of the Company Act, if a director is removed, to be removed. He can also vacate. But in case of vacation, no opportunity of being heard is required. There is no opportunity of being heard is required to be given to the director. No resolution required to pass by the board of directors. It's automatic. And the punishment, if a person functions as a director, even when he knows that the office of director held by him liable to vacate. It means, students, if the director knows that he will not continue in the position of director, he should have to vacate. But knowingly he continue, he shall be punishable with imprisonment up to 1 year. As you know, this is a severe punishment because knowingly the director lost the good faith with the company. Rightly he has to intimate, but he has to continue the office. Therefore, imprisonment up to 1 year, or with fine, it shall not be less than 1 lakh and can be extended to 5 lakhs. So students, easy point to remember, 1 lakh and 5 lakh, maximum, in maximum cases, minimum 1 lakh, maximum 5 lakhs. So you have to remember correctly, distinguishably. Where all the directors of a company vacate their offices, the promoter or in his absence, the central government shall appoint the required number of directors. So if all the directors have to vacate the office because of any reasons, it is the duty of the central government. The matter is to be communicated to central government, and central government has to appoint the number of directors, required number of directors to continue. Then we will discuss with number of directors, section 149, 1 and 2. Maximum number of directors, as you know, in every public company, minimum, let it to be correct. Minimum number of directors, in public company 3 directors, in private company 2 directors, 1 person company 1 director. And the maximum number is, a company shall have a maximum of 15 directors. The above limit is not applied to a government company and those companies licensed under Section 8, as you know, Section 8, non-profit seeking companies. Then number of directorship. Mane, in how many companies a person can be a director? Section 165 of Company Act clearly states a person shall hold office of director in 20 companies, only whether public company or private company, but not more than 10 public companies. That is most important. Out of 20 companies, 10 companies are public, 10 or less are public companies, not more than this. If a person accepts an appointment as a director, his results exceeding the maximum number of directorships, he shall be liable to pay penalty of rupees 5,000 for each day. Mind it, 5,000 for each day after it comes to notice, and contravention continues. So once it comes to the notice that a director contravenes the provision of accepting directorship in number of companies, from the day it comes to notice, per day 5,000 rupees penalty, and it will continue till the contravention continue. Make it sure that, very important provision, a person cannot be a small shareholder's director in more than 2 companies. Very important, student. Now small shareholder director is another important, later you have to discuss. But a person cannot be a small shareholder director in more than 2 companies at the same time. Then we will discuss another important aspect, that is resignation of directors. Section 168 of Companies Act 2013 dealing with the resignation of director. A director can resign from his office by giving a notice in writing to the company. Writing to a company means a notice should be given by the director in writing. The director, within 30 days of resignation, required to send a copy of his resignation to the registrar of the company with the reasons. Why? The grounds. Why is he resigned? Sufficient grounds he must have to show. Certain legal requirements to be complied by a company on receipt of resignation, that is the company. Receipt of resignation means receive the resignation from the director. The company shall intimate the registrar within 30 days That is 30 days of receipt of notice from the director to the registrar. Once he received the resignation from the director, from the date of receipt, 30 days, this to be intimated to the registrar. The company shall publish on its website the information regarding the resignation made by the director. So the resignation made by the director must be published in the website of the company. The company shall also include the fact of resignation in the director's report. Very important, students. In our annual report, there is a director's report, auditor's report. Both are there. In the director's report, it is to be mentioned why a director resigned. The resignation being affected from the date on which the notice is received by the company. From the date the notice received by the company from the director, it is to be the resignation being effected. It is the effective date. Even after a director resign from the company, he shall be liable for any offences committed during his tenure or during his directorship. It doesn't mean that once a director resigns, all the lapses of the director will vanish. No, it will continue. And if it is established and it has been proved, the director will be held liable for the past liabilities. If all the directors of a company resigns from their office, the promoter or the central government shall appoint the required number of directors to hold the office of director till the directors appointed in the general meeting. So all directors, if at a time resign, they can be resigned, no problem is there. But it is to intimate it to the central government, and central government has the power, empower to continue with appointing number of directors till the directors are duly appointed in the general meeting. Then we'll talk with appointment of directors. Another important aspect, appointment of directors. Listen carefully. First director. Generally the names of the first directors are specified in the articles of the company at the time of incorporation. Means at the time of the company to commence the business, while you are applying for incorporation, the name of the first director is mentioned there. If the articles is silent, the number and names of the first directors, how can you be appointed? Shall be determined by the majority of subscribers. First subscribers to the memorandum, or all the subscribers to the memorandum shall be deemed to the first directors. So students, those are the first subscribers to the memorandum, all are becomes directors. First directors. The first directors shall hold office until the directors are duly appointed by the provisions of the company. So they will continue till duly directors appointed in a lawful meeting of the company. Appointment of directors in the general meeting. The general rule is that every director shall be appointed by the company in general meeting. It's a general rule. In general meeting, but certain type of directors, the act requires to be appointed in other modes. Such directors are additional director, alternate director, nominee director, casual vacancy. Director appointed in a casual vacancy. They are not appointed in the general meeting. In space, they are to be appointed differently. Third, directors by proportional representation. Specific provision is required in the articles for appointment of directors by proportional representation as per the provision. Not less than 2/3, mind it, 2/3 of the total number of directors shall be appointed by proportional representation. As you know, as per the law, 1/3 of the total number of directors are permanent directors, and 2/3 of the directors are rotated. The directors appointed by proportional representation shall be made once in every 3 years. So once in every 3 years, they have to rotate it. Through voting system, the directors are appointed, and on the post which is to be vacant, the directors those are proportionally rotated. New directors are appointed through voting system. Appointment in case of casual vacancy. Normally, casual vacancy arise to the office of director means death, incapacitated, or becomes insolvent, whatever may be the casual vacancy, occurs filled in accordance with the provisions of the articles. If articles, there are provisions strictly there how to fill up the gap, then that can be. In some cases, casual vacancy may be filled by the board by passing resolution of board meeting. So it is the power of the board to fill the gap in case of casual vacancy through board meeting. Women directors, students, these are new amendments in the Company Act 2014, especially some new type of directors are required to be appointed for better management, better administration, and they must have to be placed as directors for the better administration. One of such directors is women director. Woman. The provisions relating to appointment of women director contains under section 149(1), subsection 1, 149 subsection 1 of the Companies Act 2013. Practically, one woman director is required to be appointed under following cases or the following classes. Rightly correct, following classes of companies. They must have at least one woman director. Such companies are every listed company, every public company having paid up share capital of rupees 100 crore or more, every public company having turnover of rupees 300 crore or more. Right? Three criteria. One is listed company. Number two, paid up capital 100 crore or more. And third one is turnover 300 crore or more of the latest audited financial statement. The above limit prescribed is as on the last date of latest audited financial statement. Very important. Latest audited financial statement. Latest. A vacancy in the office of the woman director shall be filled up by the board at the earliest. That is, what is earliest? Before immediately next board meeting. One condition, before immediately next board meeting, or 3 months from the date of casual vacancy, whichever is later. Again you note, before the immediately board meeting, after being resignation, after being vacation of woman director, or within 3 months from the date of casual vacancy, whichever is later. Then we will discuss about another important type of director, resident director. Section 149(3) subsection defines the provisions relating to Indian now as per Company Act 2013. Every company shall have at least one director who must stay in India for a period of 182 days or more during the financial year. So it was already discussed in our Income Tax Act. Recent status of individual. First basic point like this. Every company shall have at least one director who must stay in India for a period of 182 days during the financial year. In case of a newly incorporated company, a company which is newly incorporated, the staying in India to be proportionately calculated. What do you mean? Suppose a director appointed in the mid of the year. Accordingly, 182 days will be proportionately segregated, and that much of days the director must have to present in India. Even a year it is 182, for that particular, from the period of appointment in mid to the end of the financial year, the proportional days will be calculated. Then another important 3-star question to your examination, June 2020. Independent director. Note it, independent, very important. Section 149(4). Every listed public company shall have at least 1/3 of the total number of directors as independent directors. The central government may prescribe the number of independent directors in case of any class of companies as per the Rule 4 of the Companies Rules 2014 there shall be at least 2 independent directors if certain conditions to be fulfilled. That conditions are, if the company is a public company, whose paid up capital, paid up share is 10 crore or more, whose turnover is rupees 100 crore or more, or having aggregate outstanding loans, debentures, deposits exceeding 50 crores. Certain unlisted public companies shall not require to have any independent directors. Remember, unlisted company not required to have independent directors. Such companies are joint venture companies, wholly owned subsidiary companies, and dormant companies, sick companies, dormant companies. And a vacancy of an independent director shall be filled up by the board at the earliest. What is the earliest? Not later than immediately next board meeting or 3 months. Same as it was discussed in women director. Not later than immediately next board meeting, mane board meeting purbaru, or 3 months from the date of such vacancy, whichever is later. Vacancy of 3 months, whichever is later. Where higher number of independent director required as per law to any class of companies, the companies shall comply with certain requirements as it is required. Independent director should not be a managing director, whole-time director, or a nominee director. He should be a person of integrity, having experience and expertise knowledge in some specific fields. So, man of integrity, expertise, experience. As you know, integrity is the personal quality of he should be a person of integrity, having experience and expertise knowledge. As you know, integrity is one of the personal quality and standard. So though is independent director is required, high level of independency, how he can to be maintained in the affairs, in the administration affair of the company. The independent director is not a promoter of a company, not related to any director of the company, not indebted to the company, or whose relatives does not held any key managerial position. Important point. Relatives does not hold any key managerial position, not an employee of the company becomes an independent director. Students, carefully, again you have to carefully go through. Promoter of a company, relative of director of the company, indebted persons, relative of key managerial person, KMP, and employee are not to be independent directors. Every independent director shall give a declaration at the first board meeting. Any change which affect his status as independent director. So if there is any influence of dominating the independent director felt, they can declare it in the first board meeting that it affects the status of independency. No stock option for independent directors. An independent director shall hold office for a maximum of 5 consecutive years. Remember, 5 consecutive years. He can be reappointed through a special resolution passed for his appointment, but maximum period of appointment is for 2 terms. So an independent director can be appointed to the company for 2 terms consecutively, 2 terms of 5 years consecutively. So this is what? 2 terms. Independent director is not retired by rotation. Important point. Rotational provision not applicable to independent directors. The independent directors must fulfill professional conduct. Yes. The status is independent. So professional status is expected from independent director. He shall exercise his responsibilities in a bona fide manner. Bona fide manner in the interest of the best interest of the company, not abuse his position or assign his position. Most important, name is independent, assignment is not allowed, abusement is not allowed. Because high level of professional conduct is required. An independent director who resigns or who is removed from the board of the company can be filled up within 3 months from the date of resignation or removal. Another important point, that is the removal of independent director is to be filled up within 3 months from the date of resignation or removal. The independent directors of a company shall held at least one meeting in a financial year without the presence of non-independent directors. So it's a one type of extraordinary meeting of independent directors without involving the non-independent directors. They can hold one meeting. An independent director can be selected from a data bank created and maintained by any institute, association, or by the central government. The appointment of independent director shall be approved by the company in general meeting. Yes, the appointment should be approved by the company in general meeting. Then we have to discuss about appointment of directors by small shareholders. Student, it is a new concept, important for your exam. As per the New Company Act 2013, small shareholders can also send their representative to the directorship of a company. Section 151 of the Company Act 2013 dealing with this. Small shareholder means a shareholder holding shares of nominal value of not more than 20,000. Remember again, not more than 20,000. So, maximum shareholding 20,000, up to 20,000. The provision relating to appointment of small shareholders, directors apply only to listed companies. Another important is, it is only applied to listed companies. The small shareholders propose to the company for appointment of a small shareholders director through giving a notice in writing. And the notice shall be given at least 14 days before the meeting. Notice are given by at least 1,000 small shareholders. Remember, 1,000 small shareholders or 1/10 of the total number of small shareholders whichever is lower. 1/10 of the total number of small shareholders whichever is lower, not higher, it is lower. 1,000 or 1/10 of the total number of small shareholders whichever is lower. A small shareholder director may be elected voluntarily also by listed companies. So voluntary elected and selected of a small shareholder is also provision is there. The listed company, small shareholder director shall be treated as an independent director. Yes, he can also enjoy the position of independent director. The disqualification of a small shareholder director are the same as that of any other director. So whatever disqualification applied to other directors, that is also applicable to small shareholder director. A small shareholder also vacates, a small shareholder director also vacates his office if he incurs any disqualification under section 164 and 168. You know, 164 disqualification, 167 vacancy. So those are applicable to other directors, apply to small shareholders. A person shall not hold the position of small shareholders director in more than 2 companies at the same time. At the same time, a person cannot be allowed to become small shareholder directors of 2 companies. The small shareholder director is also included while calculating total number of directors to be held by a director. That is most important. So it is important questions, pass or not, 5-mark question may be asked in the exam. You have to go through, and any doubt to this, you can directly interact with me. Then we will discuss our additional. Now we will discuss about there are other type of directors such as additional director, section 161, subsection 1 of Company Act. This section authorizes the board to appoint additional directors as required from time to time, and the additional directors can utilize the power in the best interest of the company. The appointment of additional directors shall be made if the articles of the company authorize the board to appoint a person who fails to become a director in a general meeting. Means a person who is fails means not qualified to appoint a director in general meeting cannot be a additional director also. Remember, cannot be qualified to appoint an additional director. An additional director may be appointed by passing a resolution of a board meeting. The board meeting appoint any number of additional directors at any time. The additional director holds office up to the date of next annual general meeting. An additional director have the same rights and powers, duties and liabilities like any other director. They can also enjoy the rights and powers simultaneously having the duty and responsibilities like all other directors. Provisions relating to disqualifications, vacation, disclosure of interest of a director, etc. are applicable to additional director as it is applicable to other directors. Appointment of additional directors applies to all companies, public or private. And when the scope and coverage of a company normally exceeding new area of business being accepted, practically additional directors have to be appointed. Then we'll talk about alternate director. Alternate director, section 161, subsection 2. This section empowers the board to appoint alternate director. Alternate means in place of original director, one new director will be appointed, and what are the grounds? What are the rules, regulations and provisions? This section empowers the board to appoint alternate director in place of the original director during his absence for a period of 3 months or more in India. Means the director must be abroad. If he remains absent for a period of more than 3 months in India, then in his place an alternate director will be appointed. The alternate director appointed to facilitate smooth functioning of the company. For the smooth and flexible operation, an additional director will be appointed. A person cannot be appointed as additional director. A person cannot be appointed as alternate director. Make a correction, alternate director. If he already holds any alternate directorship for any other director in the company. Means for any other director, if a person stands as an alternate director, he cannot again becomes an alternate director. The board shall appoint only if it is authorized by the articles of a company. So, students, it is very important. Articles of a company, as you know, 3 fundamental documents of a company: articles, memorandum, prospectus. We must have to give respect to the articles which dealing with the rules, regulations, as well as provisions of different aspects. So, authorization of articles is vital important in all respect of appointment of directors, different type of directors. The board shall appoint only if it is authorized by the articles of the company through an ordinary resolution passed at a general meeting. So there is an ordinary resolution required to pass to appoint alternate director. The alternate director shall vacate his office when the original director becomes back to India. So once the original director will back or returns, automatically the alternate director will vacate. Where the original director is in outside India, attends a board meeting by video conferencing or other audio, video, visual means, it does not result in vacation of his office of the alternate director. Yes, even though you appoint through video conference, alternate director will continue. An alternate director shall cease to hold office, means when it comes to his office, it comes to end up to the term of the original director. Very important. Term of the original director expires, means suppose there are 6 months of original director is there to continue, so alternate director will function only for 6 months, not continue later, no, not continue thereafter, because tenure of the original director is the tenure of alternate director. An alternate director is not a representative, not a proxy or an agent of original director. He is a director in his own right. He has same rights, duties and liabilities like any other director. So, like any other director, the alternate director also has the rights and powers. His interest is independent. Remember, his interest is independent of interest of the original directors. So his interest is separate from the interest of the original director, is independent interest. Then we will discuss with the removal of directors, section 169. Another important question from the examination point of view, removal of directors, section 169. A company can remove a director by passing an ordinary resolution before expiry of its term. Though it is a removal, it is before expiry of the term, means the tenure before expiry of the tenure. The tenure of the director is there, but the director will be removed because of any sort of offense, any sort of frauds, any sort of things which he has to involve against the violate the company's affairs. The provision applicable to remove for any type of director can be removed, whether he is a rotational, non-rotational, additional, alternate director, nominee director, woman director, resident director, whatever may be the directorship he had. Independent director and small shareholder director can also be removed. In the interest of the company can remove the directors. A special notice shall be required for proposing a resolution for removal of a director. Very important. It is a special notice. A special notice given to members to remove a director with a resolution by passing a resolution. This notice given to the company by the members not earlier than 3 months before the date of general meeting, but at least 14 days before the general meeting. At least 14 days before the general meeting is very important. The notice should be signed by the members, and there is a requirement is that members not less than 1% of total voting power. Members holding not less than means minimum 1% voting power holding members can have to send a notice signed by them, or paid up share capital of rupees 5 lakh, whichever is lower. Student, very much important. Paid up share capital, holding of paid up share capital by the members 5 lakhs or 1% voting rights. Very important. On receipt of the special notice, the company send a copy of the special notice to the director going to be removed, and the concerned director shall be given a reasonable opportunity. So here opportunity is given of being heard. So opportunity given why he is to be removed with reasons. The director shall have the right to make a written representation. So director is given chance to give a written representation against its removal and can request to distribute the given representation among the members of the company. So director, to save his position, try once to distribute the representation given by him among the members. His explanation. The company shall give a notice with intention to all its members of at least 7 days before the date of general meeting. Yes, the company give a notice with intention means intention to remove the director at least 7 days before the date of general meeting. A notice is given by the company at the general meeting What happened? At the general meeting, the proposal to remove the director shall be discussed. The proposal to remove the director that will be discussed in the general meeting. If the resolution passed, against the director and it is finalized to remove, the director shall be removed. The director shall be removed then and there. The vacancy caused. Once it is removed, there is a vacancy. The vacancy caused can be filled in that general meeting only, if possible. If possible, that can be filled with that general meeting or by board of directors. Or if it is not fill up such vacancy, that will be treated as a casual vacancy and fill up accordingly. A casual vacancy and fill up accordingly. Certain type of directors cannot be removed under section 169. Very important part for your short questions, 1 mark questions, short notes. So what type of directors are not required to be removed as per section 169. First one, very important, directors, those are appointed by the tribunal. Yes, directors, those are appointed by the tribunal are not required to be removed. And number 2, directors appointed by proportional representation. Those directors appointed by proportional representation, they cannot be removed. And one thing is important, nominee directors if appointed under special act. As you know, certain companies, financial institutions are established in India by special act of the parliament. So those nominee directors appointed by the special acts of the parliament to any financial institution, financial institutions, the managing director may also be removed from the directorship under section 169. So managing director can also be removed. But no provision is there. One of the important points at the end of the chapter director, no provision is there towards any compensation to be payable to director who is removed. So students, director who is going to be removed or removed by the director who is removed, not going to be, director who is removed, there is no provision of Company Act for payment of any compensation for removal. That's all. The director chapter is closed for all intermediate. Now, to this point, you must have to go through, and wherever any doubts you have, you may have an interaction with me, and some other sorts of small questions that political contribution, so some things are there. I will have to share you in my next clip shortly. That's what. It is concluded here. We can interact tomorrow about other part of the chapter auditing, that is dividend. Dividend meaning, sources, legal rules, transfer to IEPF, Investor Education Protection Fund, etc. Tomorrow, the important chapter, dividend, for intermediate part in auditing and for final students in also CMA final in law paper. So tomorrow we will discuss about dividend. Go through in detail. Wherever you have in doubt, write me in a WhatsApp group. You are welcome to have interact. Stay safe and stay with the study. Thank you.
Stay home.